Good evening, welcome to my second unboxing. Last time we did this one, the Dungeons of Death, and what I didn't do last time was pull the inside out of this to show you. It does actually have counters on. If you need them, you can take off. Anyway, that one aside, there won't be any music in tonight's video. I'm going to do this at night because of sound problems here. So anyway, tonight we're going to do the Aura of Courage. There she is. Okay, moment of truth. Gently does it. Always. Doesn't matter if it's aluminium foil or a Magic the Gathering box. Always does that at the end of these, doesn't it, for some reason? Designers take note. Okay, exciting. Here we go. Let's just get out the main bit here. Put the box to one side. Okay, here we go. Oh, so we're going to have a slightly different coloured counter from last time. That's kind of like that, that's cool. So yeah, if you're having a normal Magic, there's your 20-sided. And if you're doing Commander, there's your 40-sided. Lovely. Okay. Let's get that safe back in its box for now. We have this. Remember last time, Wizards, we had a little corner that had been folded. Not acceptable. This better be in perfect condition, or I'm going to be having words. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, this looks better. Yeah. Order of Courage. And all the blah, 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 blah. So that. Information on the commander. Okay, let's put that to one side. Now, there we go. Oof. Have our extra thick commander, which we proved last week can actually be double sleeved in Dragon. Who knew? And here we have our main deck. I'm going to go through all these tonight. Lovely. Okay, so let's carefully do it. It's like those old packages of actual playing cards, I remember. It's not going to be easy for me tonight, is it? Of course not. Sometimes these work, sometimes they don't. They usually do. I don't want to have to go that route, really. It's always worth damaging the cards that way. Alright, what we're going to do here. Ah. Oh, there we go. Got it. Just about. Alright. Be really careful with that. If you get that wrong, you could just damage all your cards. So, let's get the old sleeves going. Because even with me talking, you know, bits of moisture can come out that could get sealed onto the card and damage it. This is why I really want to seal as I'm going instantly. Get them out of my even breathing range at the moment. Literally. Oh, what I didn't do tonight was get my inner sleeves. Give me 1 second. So many inner sleeves. Always go with the smoky ones because apparently you can use them in tournaments. So, or planning on going in any tournaments, but you never know where something like this may lead. I've gone down deeper rabbit holes, believe me. Okay. So, let's open a fresh pack of these inner sleeves. This out. Okay. The outer's ready. So, let's start. Oh, and we got the inner packet of the inner sleeves on. This packaging, isn't it? Wow. There we go. Yeah, we've got a different camera set up today because after last time I got such backache. So it's a bit closer. It means I don't have to sit bolt upright for 2 hours. I'm not planning this one being 2 hours. I'm hoping to get through it quicker now. I know what I'm doing. We shall see. Okay. Right. Let's make a start here. So, here we go. Card number 1. Okay, now the sleeve. I think I'll pop you over there. How could you be dusty from inside a box? I guess flecks of cardboard. Who knows? Strange. Yes, if you want to know about my disabled hand, just check the beginning of the first video. I'm not going to explain it in every single video. Okay, and I've done that the wrong way around, haven't I? That's a good start. Oh dear. It's been a long day. Okay, here we go. Card number 1 already. That's a beautiful start, isn't it? Creature, elk. Whenever Fey Speed attacks another target attacking creature you control, gains indestructible until end of turn. Whenever a creature or planeswalker you control becomes the target of a spell or ability of an opponent controls, you may draw a card. Right into legend. Very nice. Yeah, I'm not going to speak until he's in at least one layer of plastic or whatever material it is. Polypropylene, I believe. I can't remember. Right. Okay. I do apologise for the last video. I made a couple of silly mistakes and I did have one card off focus. I do apologise. I'm going to try and get better at this. If I have like a marker on the table, I can get a really nice view of it. Here we go. Holy Avenger. I do like the artwork on this. I'm not even going to attempt to read the artists' names, but you can read them yourself here. Holy Avenger. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature has double strike. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, you may put an aura card from your hand onto the battlefield attached to it. Equip 2 mana plus 1 white mana. Okay, next up, we have an enchantment aura. A big thank you again to all the YouTube videos who explained how to double sleeve cards properly. I wouldn't have had a clue, frankly. Okay, now we have, let's get this good. Mantle of the Ancients, enchantment aura. Enchant creature you control. When Mantle of the Ancients enters the battlefield, return any number of target aura and or equip cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to it. Very nice. Next up we have another artifact. Nope, another artifact. We just had an enchantment. Okay, artifact. And it is equipment. Ooh, I love the look of this card. Kudos to the artist. That's beautiful. Okay, here we have, ooh, look at this baby. Robe of Stars. That is wonderful. Lovely. Equipped creature gets +0/+3. Very nice. Astral projection. 1 mana and 1 white mana. Equipped creature phases out. Treat it and anything attached to it as though they don't exist until its controller's next turn. You don't exist. Equip 1. I love that. That's my favourite card so far. Wow. I've never seen cards like these. I know I'm quite new to Magic, but I've been learning a lot about the history of it. I really wish I'd had the means to play it when it first came out 30 years ago, because I would have really got into it then as well. Never mind. Okay. Now we have a sorcery, and a very expensive one. Again, I'm not going to read out the mana costs or anything like that. You could see that yourself. I'm just going to read the descriptions and show you the artwork. Sorcery. Roll 2d6 and choose 1 result, and excuse my voice. Destroy each creature with power greater than or equal to that result. Then create a number of 2/2 white knight creature tokens with vigilance equal to the other result. Only victory shall stop our charge. Lovely. Okay. Oh, I did get some nice coloured dividers for my magnetic boxes, which is very handy because I'm getting to that stage now where I'm getting a lot of cards. So to organise them by colour and have those handy colour dividers has just been revolutionary in organising and reorganising. It's very handy, and I found out a clever thing to do as well. You can get 2 dividers, turn one round, so you've got 1 tab one side, 1 tab the other, and then you can mark double coloured cards, so you can literally have all your coloured cards that you want to use or select from under 1 tab or 1 colour. And if you want to do the double colour one, then that's it. That's one way to do it. So that's interesting. So you can have like red and black just in one section by just doing 2 tabs like that. So here we have, oh, this is beautiful as well. Very unusual colour. Interesting. Don't want to get too much glare on that. Okay. This is Diviner's Portent. Instant. Roll a d20 and add the number of cards in your hand. 1 to 14, draw X cards. 15 plus, scry X, then draw X cards. Very nice. Okie dokie. We got another enchantment. Okay. Netheri's Puzzle Ward. Focus Beam at the enchantment. Focus Beam at the beginning of your upkeep. Roll a d4. Scry X, where X is the result. Perfect Illumination. Whenever you roll a die's highest natural result, draw a card. Each configuration reveals a potential future. Yep, that's where it starts getting complicated. Well, this is technically, as we keep saying, the most complicated game in the world. Scientists reckon they've proven that it's more complicated than both chess and Go, which were previously the most complicated games in the world, I believe, technically. So it's interesting. You got to remember, every single magic card is different. And like some of them actually have equations on. So when you get into doing these combinations, my God, it does get really complicated. And when you see like 20 cards on the board of each side, which I've seen, I've played games like that now, it just gets so complicated, it's wild. Okay. Oh wow, this is very D&D. Winged boots, artifact, equipment. Equipped creature has flying and ward 4. Whenever equipped creature becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that player pays 4. Equip 1, get carried away. I like that. Very nice. Okay, as it does, it randomly flips between the colours. We've noticed this. Just what it is. Okie dokie. So we're now on to some green. Right, we have the Belt of Giant Strength. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature has base power and toughness 10/10. This is a 2-mana card to buy? What? Equip 10. This ability costs X less to activate, where X is the power of creature it targets. That's incredible. Wow. This is a powerful deck. We haven't even started it barely. This is interesting. Wow. Next up, we have the Song of Inspiration. Sounds like my cup of tea. Let's see. Song of Inspiration. Instant. Choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard, roll a d20, and add the total mana value of those cards. 1 to 14, return those cards to your hand. 15 plus, return those cards to your hand. You gain life equal to their total mana value. Okay. Next up, we got our first legendary coming into play. Yes, my dog ever creeping closer to camera because he always wants to get involved in everything. Okay, but he's really trying to be on his best behaviour, bless him. Okay. Interesting artwork. That is clever how you did that background and foreground. It looks almost real, that background. Okay, Catty Bree. That's an interesting name. Catty Bree of Mithril Hall. Legendary creature, human archer. First strike and reach. Whenever Catty Bree of Mithril Hall attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each equipment attached to it. 1. Remove all +1/+1 counters from Catty Bree. It deals X damage to target attacking or blocking creature an opponent controls, where X is the number of counters removed this way. Get your head around that one. Okay. Oh, next is our first double coloured card. A green blue. Okie dokie. Yeah, I know you don't get to see me do everything on this camera rig, but believe me, it's a lot better for my back. Oh, I'm relaxing into it already now. Okay. Sorry for the fluffy start. We'll get to that. Quite new to all this. Right, this is Ride the Avalanche. Instant. The next spell you cast this turn can be cast as though it had flash. When you cast your next spell this turn, put X +1/+1 counters on up to one target creature where X is the mana value of that spell. The mountain will build your cairn of snow and ice and stone. Okay. It's really frustrating when you first get these. It takes ages for the air to escape. So you get this ridiculously high pile of wobbly cards. Like you can see, you've only got a few there and they want to tip over already. Once you get them in the deck boxes, they tend to settle down and take up a lot less space. Right. Okay. Oh, we got a white angel. Here we go. Make sure you're in focus, my dear. Angel of Finality. Ooh, no messing. Creature, angel, flying. When Angel of Finality enters the battlefield, exile all cards from your target player's graveyard. Ooh, that's pretty nice at certain times in a game. Better the dead depart utterly than be enslaved. Interesting. We got more whites coming up. Here we go. This is not an angel, this is something else. Hunter. No. So yeah. Okay, we've got a paladin. Pure Steel Paladin, creature, human knight. When an equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. Metalcraft. Equipment you control have equip 0 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Not quite sure I understand that card yet, but I shall learn it. I shall go online and have a research or ask someone in my game shop. Let me flip these cards over at the sleeves. I'm picking them at the moment. Okay. And yeah, I think I've got the same light setting as last time, even though I've got the rig a bit different. But I had too much glare with this first bit of light. It was ridiculous. And this, the other bit of light is just too orangey. And this one's just really nice white light, but not glary white. So it's kind of perfect for this. And my eyes as well, which are very sensitive to light. Okay. Being on the spectrum, of course. Right, here we have Realm Cloaked Giant. Curious artwork. It's like the giants made of the landscape. You can barely make out little tiny houses in that here. Windmill. Fascinating. Realm Cloaked Giant. Very expensive. Creature, giant. And he has his own sorcery adventure. Okay. Cast off for 3 mana plus 2 white mana. Destroy all non-giant creatures, then exile this card. You may cast this creature later from exile. Vigilance. I've got to mention, I don't bother talking about their powers. Yeah, all right. But look at this, 7/7. Wow. That's like one of the most powerful cards I own at the moment. Dog's having a funny 5 minutes on the floor. Getting excited. Yep. He just wants to be on camera. He knows what's happening. He's not stupid. He's like one of the most intelligent pets I've ever owned in my life. Oh, this beautiful card. Pardon my French. I'll have to bleep that out. Right. This, I've now got 6 of these cards in real life. Because I got 4 of them in my Pioneer deck. And then I believe I got one of them in the last episode of this. I got one of those in that other deck, and now I've got another one. So, wow. I got 6 of these legendary creatures. Shram, Senior Edificer. Yes, anything could happen in a live video. Hey, Hunter, you have to get your 5 minutes in, don't you? You can't help it, can you? We'll get you on stage one day, then you can have your 15 minutes, don't worry. Anyway. Let's get back to the cards. Shram Senior Edificer. Legendary creature, dwarf advisor. Whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. As this conflict grows, it gets harder to prevent the city from breaking down. How much longer can we keep this machinery balanced? Who knows? Talking of machinery, that just makes me think of the Shadow Man I'm going through at the moment, which is my favourite game ever. Because in the middle of it, there's a dark engine. Talking of machinery, that's what made me think of that. Right. Yes, Hunter? I'm just going to have to set up a separate camera for you, and I put you like in your own little camera corner. We ain't quite got there yet, but we probably could do that. I now have a tablet with the same sort of rig that I've got for this phone I'm recording this on. So the idea of that is to try and record some real life games. We shall see how we do. Anyway, that's where we're heading. Right, another white card. Winds of Wrath. Sorcery. Destroy all creatures that aren't enchanted. They can't be regenerated. Wow, that's powerful. There shall be a vast shout, and then a vaster silence. Oracle on Beck. Whoa. That's probably the nastiest white card I've ever seen, considering that white is supposed to stand for truth, honor, all those good moral values, supposedly. It has angels in it. And in a card like that, there is some crossover in Magic, though. Like that sometimes. Curious. It's more like a black card mechanic. Wow. See, now it's dipped back to blue. Oh, this is beautiful. I like this. Wow. Imprisoned in the Moon. I even like the title. Enchantment. Aura. Enchant creature, land, or planeswalker. Enchanted permanent is a colorless land with tap, add mana of any color, and loses all other card types and abilities. Only one vault was great enough to hold a miracle. Wow. What a humiliating defeat that would be. You get out your great planeswalker in the middle of a card, a battle. It just totally. That amuses me. It's almost like the mechanic on the Superman films when they sort of put the baddies in that quartz crystal or whatever it is and float them around in space. What a horrible existence that must be. It's like the ultimate purgatory. There's one that doesn't want to go in. Oh, and this, yeah, I sent a picture of this card. This is no offense to the artist because the art is good, but I just don't like it because because that guy's teeth freak me out. Or teeth beard, whatever that is just weird. That's just trippy. Prognostic Sphinx. Creature, Sphinx. Flying. Discard a card. Prognostic Sphinx gains hexproof until the end of turn. Tap it. Whenever Prognostic Sphinx attacks, scry 3. It's a pretty powerful card, but yeah, just very creepy looking. And it switched back to green again. Certainly a colourful deck, this one, isn't it? Okay. Greater Good. Enchantment. Sacrifice a creature. Draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then discard 3 cards. There's wisdom to be gained in death, whether it be one's own or someone else's. Jared Golgari, Lich Lord. Lovely. There is wisdom to be gained. Seems like a strange thing to say, but the older you get, the more that will make sense to you. Okay, we've got an instant here. Heroic Intervention. Instant. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until the end of turn. Very nice. Stay close and their wrathful flames will not harm you. Gallia. Beautiful artwork. Very subtle artwork. It looks incredible in a Magic card, actually. Even from a distance, that grabs you. Yeah, I'm not going to attempt to read out the artist names, because then the artist names I don't read out probably will get disappointed, and I don't want that to happen. Did it in the first one. And also, I can't pronounce a lot of them, so that would be like an insult as well, and I don't want to insult them, because I have a great respect for artists. I am one. Okay. Verdant Embrace. Enchantment. Aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and has at the beginning of each upkeep create a 1/1 green saproling creature token. Very nice. I'm going to leave him there for a second while I turn the heating up because it's freezing. Okay. So, what do we have after Verdant Embrace? Ooh, another crossover, a green and blue. Oh, I've seen this card before somewhere. Deja vu. This looks like something out of the Ring film, like especially the original Japanese version, which is much better than the Hollywoodized one. No offense to the actors in it, because that was a good film in its own right, but the Japanese version is just far better. Cold-eyed Selkie creature, merfolk rogue, island walk. This creature can't be blocked as long as defending player controls an island. Whenever Cold-Eyed Selkie deals combat damage to a player, you may draw that many cards. Wow, that's deceptively powerful. She follows the old tributaries built when Merows still shape the tides. If anyone knows what a Merrow is, say in the comments, because I haven't got a clue. I have to look that up. I've got quite a high vocabulary, but Merrow is a new one to me. It does sound like an old English word. Or maybe it's a Magic Gathering invented word. But my guessing is it's some kind of old English word. Could be a Tolkien-y word, who knows? Right. Ooh, a lion. Wow, very unexpected. Okay. So, Fleecemane lion, green and white, creature, cat. So, if you pay 3 mana, 1 green mana, 1 white mana, you create Monstrosity 1. If this creature isn't monstrous, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it becomes monstrous. That makes no sense to my head at the moment. As long as Fleecemane lion is monstrous, it has hexproof and indestructible. I don't quite understand the description, but that is clearly a seriously powerful card, especially for that low mana cost. But then again, you have to pay quite a high mana cost to activate it, or do you? That is weird description. But this is Magic. This is another reason it's probably the most complicated game in the world. Because you need like a degree in physics and maths and science to understand some of the descriptions sometimes, honestly. Or is it my autistic brain? Is it too logical sometimes? Too literal sometimes? I don't know. Oh, this is beautiful. I like this. Wow. It's like a scene in a film. Night of Autumn. Creature. Dryad Knight. When Night of Autumn enters the battlefield, choose 1. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on Night of Autumn. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. You gain 4 life. Wow. Another very powerful card for rather low mana. I'm liking this deck even more than the last one. And I was liking the last deck. Okay. Interesting. We have a colourless card. Okay. A rather expensive one, but colourless card nevertheless. Argentum Armor. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets a +6/+6 whenever equipped creature attacks. Destroy target permanent. Wow, equip 6. Mirrodin's creator still lives, still shapes metal, and still commands world-shaking power. It's a powerful card. Okay, what's next? Next is I hear that heating hurries up and heats up because I'm frozen. Okay. We're having weird temperature fluctuations in the UK at the moment. It's going from really warm to really cold. And it's February, so it's quite bizarre. And I'm sure everyone's going to go, global warming. I'm one of those people who doesn't believe in that because I've read books on the planet's natural cycles. But here's an interesting fact for you. There are today hundreds if not thousands, of weather machines owned and in use by governments and private companies all around the world. I think that's the real problem. Anyway, yeah, not many people know that. That's what's really going on. Basilic collar. Oh, this is a scary looking guy. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature has death touch and lifelink. Very nice. Equip 2. During their endless travels, the mages of the Goma Fader caravan have learned ways to harness both life and death. Lovely. Oh, we got more colourless. Oh, another one after that. I do like colourless cards. Because you could pay for them with anything. Which to me makes them even more powerful. Especially when you've got a multicoloured deck. Where anything can happen. Some very interesting multicoloured deck games with my friends lately. Oh, okay. Masterwork of ingenuity. Artifact equipment. You may have Masterwork of Ingenuity enter the battlefield as a copy of any equipment on the battlefield. The crucible yields what you have forged in your mind. You need only reach in and draw the masterwork forth. Wahara, keeper of the crucible. And that artwork is stunning. I love it. Oh, this artwork's in a similar vein in colours to the last one. I do like this. Moon Silver Spear. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature has first strike. Whenever equipped creature attacks, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. Equip 4. Very nice. Oh, the artwork in this deck is just incredible. This is another beautiful card. It looks like a green card, but it's actually colourless. Wow. How striking is that? Just going to do a little close up on that. That is incredible. Okay. Sword of the Animist. Legendary artifact creature. Oh, stop. Rewind. Legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever equipped creature attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Equip 2. The blade glows only for Zendikar's Chosen. Oh, lovely card. I just love that artwork. Okay. Canopy Vista. Land, forest, plains. Add green or white mana. Canopy Vista enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. The continent of Murasa lies beneath a blanket of dense vegetation, its enormous branches tangled so thickly that some inhabitants never see the ground. Sounds cool to me. Yeah, we got our exotic lands coming up, obviously. Right in the middle of the deck. It's just how they tend to do it, like they're showcasing bits of it at the time, the way they organise it. Wizards of the Coast always do that with their commander decks. It's curious. Certainly these ones, anyway. Okay. Exotic Orchard. Land. Add 1 mana of any colour that a land an opponent controls could produce. It was a strange morning when we awoke. We found our trees transformed. We didn't know whether to water them or polish them. Poolan Bant. Orchardist. I love that word, orchardist. I believe there was one of those cards in the last deck. Another curious land coming up. Okay. Fortified Village. Land. As Fortified Village enters the battlefield, you may reveal a forest or plains card from your hand. If you don't, Fortified Village enters the battlefield tapped. Untap, add green or white. Yes, and I believe that's another huge mistake I made in my first video. The little, as I was saying it, tap symbol, I believe, is an untap symbol. Not tap, untap. Oh, really silly mistake. But this is all live, and I like doing live stuff. Not a lot of people do. So I'm good at editing. If you want to see my editing work, follow my current Minecraft series. Pretty much everything else I do is live. You can't do anything else with an unboxing. Okay, Lumbering Falls. Land. Lumbering Falls enters the battlefield tapped. Untap to add green or blue. And if you pay 2 mana and 1 green mana and 1 blue mana, Lumbering Falls becomes a 3/3 green and blue elemental creature with hexproof until the end of turn. And it's still a land. Wow. That's like a really surreal card, isn't it? Curious mechanic. More familiar couple of lands coming up, that's for sure. Oh, even Hunter agrees. That's his little contented sound, that little... I don't know how to describe that, if you heard that. He's just watching what I'm doing, chilled. Quite happy. He's had a good day and a nice long walk in the middle of the day. 2 shorter walks either side of that. And plenty of food. He's a spoiled doggy. Not too much, just enough. Okay. Port Town. Yeah, much more familiar land. As Port Town enters the battlefield, you may reveal a plains or island card from your hand. If you don't, Port Town enters the battlefield tapped. Untap to add white or blue mana. And another much more familiar land. Whoa, that is a really loose inner sleeve, weirdly. Does that mean it's going to be really tight in the next outer sleeve? No, bizarre. Oh, it's the floating island card. Check this out. I've definitely come across this before. Okay. Prairie stream, land, plains, island. Literally, look at that, floating islands. Untap to add white or blue mana. Prairie stream enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. The continent of Ondu is a vast plateau crisscrossed by deep trenches and meandering rivers. Okay. Skycloud Expanse land. 1, untap, add white and blue. Oh, so you pay 1 extra mana, I believe. You untap it and add white and blue mana. So that's could be a mana ramp card, I believe. Legend says a mighty angel appears to pilgrims in need who reach this lofty height. I don't know why at the beginning of that sentence I went into Captain Kirk voice. Because I never do that personally. I've just seen it a lot on telly. And when they send him up, they always make him pause between words for dramatic effect. But that's not how he talks. That's just how the send-ups send him up. It's bizarre. It's like one of those myths that's been created out of nowhere that doesn't really exist. Anyway. Sungrass Prairie. Land. Add 1 mana. Untap to add white and green mana. The ancient magic of Sun Elves keeps these lands in an eternal summer. Another mana ramp card. Oh, and very famous land coming up, and I never really get the point of this land. How can cards get dusty inside a pack? It's incredible. It's probably just literally static electricity on the cards attracting dust as they're sat there. Okay. Just highlighted by that light. Right. Evolving Wilds. Untap, sacrifice Evolving Wilds, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. It's like, what's the point? That's like a lot of work just to get a land when you've already got one in your hand. It's like, why? Why do you exist, Evolving Wilds? I know a lot of people seem to like you. I don't. I can't see the point of your existence. Parts of Phelan still churn with the magic of arrogant Netherese archmages long dead. Okay then. Oh, back to some colourless cards. Where's dust coming from? That was literally underneath. That's, wow, the mind boggles. Okay. We've seen you before, haven't we? Okay. Clay Golem, artifact, creature, golem. Pay 6, roll a d8, monstrosity X, where X is the result. If this creature isn't monstrous, put X +1/+1 counters on it and it becomes monstrous. Berserk, when Clay Golem becomes monstrous, destroy target permanent. Again, a card I don't really understand at this point. But I shall learn it. Oh, well, that creepy Sphinx that looked like a weird wizard. I thought that was the creepiest card in the deck. I would say this card is the. I've read about this one online. I'd say it's a very nice, powerful card, but it just creeps me out because of what it is. Ew. Good artwork, but yeah, ooh. Ebony Fly, yuck. Artifact, Ebony Fly enters the battlefield, tapped. Untap, add mana of any colour. Pay 4 mana to roll a d6. Until the end of turn, you may have Ebony Fly become an XX insect artifact creature with flying, where X is the result. And that's why it can be a powerful card. Whenever Ebony Fly attacks, another target attacking creature gains flying until the end of turn. Oh, and that as well. Seriously powerful card for 2 mana original cost, even though you have to pay to upgrade it later. But yeah, just oh, my skin's crawling now just looking at it. We have our first card drop. Oh, at least it was inner sleeve first. Oh. Sure we got no dust on that. Not anything from the floor permanently wrapped up in there, do we? Right. Now this is fun. Because I have a habit of sitting cross-legged, so we have to sit do cross-legged and then do the bum shuffle to get back onto the table. Fun. On the office chair, of course. Right. What did you pick up from the floor? No, get off. There we go. Right. Interesting. Another colourless card. I do like my colourless cards. Sword of Hours. That's quite striking artwork. Artifact, equipment. Whenever equipped creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, roll a d12. If the result is greater than the damage dealt or the result is 12, double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature. Equip 2, in brackets, 2 attach to target creature you control, equipped only as a sorcery. Yet another complicated card. Take some learning these commander decks. Yeah, getting to the end of Dragon Box. Had to open one because what I'd done when I bought my Pioneer decks and my Lord of the Rings starter decks, when I first started buying boxes, I'd ordered my personalised Bard's Dungeon outer cover sleeves, and I put them all in there, but I decided to take them all out because I'm going to put a couple of my commander decks in them, I've decided. So that's why I've got half a black box opened, because I was taking them out of them, putting them back in them. Anyway, I want to have a white card, Angelic Gift, Enchantment, Aura. Enchant creature. When angelic gift enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature has flying. Zendikar will triumph this day and our armies will fly with angels. Lovely. Okay, I've seen this card before as well. Another white. Griff's Boon. Enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has flying. Pay 3 mana and 1 white mana. Return Griff's Boon from your graveyard to the battlefield. Attached to target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. Another white card coming up. And we have Valorous Stance. Instant. Choose one. Target creature gains indestructible until the end of turn. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Wow. Every chain alters the path of fate. Sarkhan Vol. I think this is my favourite card dynamic in the deck so far. Wow, I like that. For only 2 mana, that's very powerful. Beautiful. And yeah, lovely artwork as well. Oh, talking of lovely artwork, this is very striking. That last artwork was very technically beautiful. This is made to jump out at you, hit you in the face, literally. Where's all that dust coming from? That's bizarre. Okay. Brainstorm. Sounds like a H.P. Lovecraft novel, doesn't it? Okay. Brainstorm. Instant. Draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. The Mizzium sphere array drove her mind deep into the thought field where only the rarest motes of genius may be plucked. More blue coming. So this blue artwork is incredibly striking. Oh, we're going to have to open another outer sleeve box in a minute. Okay. This is the Curse of Verbosity. Another blue. Enchantment or a curse. Enchant player. Whenever enchanted player is attacked, you draw a card. Each opponent attacking that player does the same. Wow. Idle chatter beckons many an attentive ear. That's a very curious card, that one. Okay. More and more blue coming. I've not played much blue. I played some. So far, my favourite blue card is quite a simple one. It's just a 0/4 wall. That's just a really good, cheap to buy defender. You can get out quite early game. That's why I love it so much. But yeah, blue's kind of a Probably the most hated colour in Magic, I think, amongst other players, because of its unique, weird mechanics. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, literally opening the box and the dusty inside. It's like, how does that even happen? It's bizarre. Okay. Flip them over. Right. That one. Okay. Right way. No. Time. Put them back actually. Yes, the way I like it at the moment. Okay, so back to business. Right, let's let open and sort it out. Yes, I mean about this blue artwork. Look at this. I don't know if this light's picking it up even. It's just, even without this light, it's just jumps out of you. Eel Umbra. Enchantment, aura, flash. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. Totem armor. If enchanted creature would be destroyed, instead remove all damage from it and destroy this aura. And yet more blue coming up. This is a curious one. This is a curious one. And the next one. Oh, and I've got some creatures I haven't had before coming up as well, I believe. Okay. Look at that. How striking is that? Psychic impetus. Enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and is goaded. It attacks each combat if able and attacks a player other than you if able. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, you scry 2. Ah, finally my doggy's asleep. Okay. I don't believe I own a merfolk until this moment. I may be wrong, but I don't think I am. Okay. Riverwise Augur. Creature, merfolk, wizard. When Riverwise Augur enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. Then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Time flows, as the rivers do, towards an unknown sea. The wise know to look downstream. Very deep, I think. Let me get a sip of tea. My voice gets too croaky. What is wrong with this one? It's got something in there. Can't seem to get it. I don't think you're ever going to get perfect sleeves anywhere, frankly. But Dragon are definitely one of the best. They're certainly strong. Right. Oh, what a weird. Okay. I thought I said something else then. Right. Serum Visions, Sorcery. Draw a card. Scry 2. Serum was once derived from Mirrodin's blink moths, offering visions of inspiration. Now it is pulled from Pyrexian ink moths, yielding visions of perfection. Blimey, I didn't know the Pyrexians were that old, because this is quite an old deck now, really. Interesting. And we flip back to green. She's watching you. Behave. Ah. Okay. Abundant growth. Enchantment aura. Enchant land. When abundant growth enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted land has untapped, add 1 mana of any color. Okay. There's a random land thrown in the middle of everything. Because next he's got, there we go, something different. Actually, it wasn't a land, was it? It was, no, it was an enchantment. But it gives you a land. My apologies. Oh, lovely. We have a slime. Don't ask me technically what a slime is, because I couldn't tell you. Acid slime. Creature. Ooze. Oh, it's an ooze. There you go. That really just raises more questions, doesn't it? But it does have Death Touch, which is very handy, especially on a 2/2. Oh. Hunter's woken up and he thought that was funny. When acidic slime enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. It fears no sword and leaves no bones behind. You have a nice little nap there, Hunter. Feel better. He's going to drift off again. Now this is a land, I believe. There's another really loose inner sleeve. You get that sometimes. It's bizarre. Oh my god. My dog's just let one go. I should be a professional and carry on. I hope my voice doesn't stop. I can't breathe. Okay. Thanks for that, mate. Now I need a drink. You could seriously go into a war zone and take out an entire army with that toxic stuff. You realise that? Anyway. Okay. Fertile ground, enchantment, aura. Enchant land. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional 1 mana of any colour. The true strength of nature is not the raging storm or the charging rhino, but the inexorable vitality of life. Oh. A similar card to this right at the start of the deck. Oh, these nature cards. Okay, I've seen this card somewhere before as well. Kenrith's Transformation. Enchantment aura. Enchant creature. When Kenrith's transformation enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green elk creature with base power and toughness 3/3. It loses all other card types and creature types. Curious. So yeah, be careful what you cast that on, really. I recommend a low meta creature, boosting it up. You don't want to downgrade something. It's an interesting looking card. She's got very striking eyes. This is Nature's Law, Sorcery. Search your library for a forest card, put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Druidcraft is a simple invocation to spirits of nature, promising a glimpse of nature's secrets. Oh, I recognize this card as well. Paradise Druid. She looks very solemn, doesn't she? Creature, Elf Druid. Paradise Druid has hexproof as long as it's untapped. It can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. Untapped to add 1 mana of any colour. There are many kinds of duty, and mine is to see our world grow and endure. Ooh. Now, the last time I heard that name was in a Star Wars film, which I believe would have been Return of the Jedi. Which, of course, I'm old enough to have seen the first time it came out in the cinema as a kid. And what are we talking about? Of course, the Rancor. Right. Rancor. Enchantment Aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and has trample. When Rancor is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, return Rancor to its owner's hand. Yeah, come on, look, Wizards of the Coast. That's unacceptable. I might even re-sleeve that. Or is that an inner one? That's an inner one? Yeah, I'm going to redo that. That's terrible. I'm going to lose that. Sorry, not Wizards of the Coast. Dragon. I do apologise. Didn't really want to unsleeve an inner one because that's better. Like it. You know, if you know or not, your fingers are covered in oils, no matter how you clean them. This is why old books are handled with gloves. I looked into handling magic cards with gloves, but you create even more problems because then you get the problem you get. You open a box of these and you get bits of cardboard in there, so you get flecks of cloth coming off the gloves. So you can't really win whatever you do. You can just minimize stuff. But yeah, that's better. We want you looking a bit better than that, Rancor. That's better. You haven't got that horrible line across your description now. Much better. Right. Or maybe I'm handling the inner sleeves too roughly. Don't really need to do that. I think that was as it came. Anyway. That's it. Jog the camera. Let's pull that closer. Utopian Sprawl, Enchantment Aura, Enchant Forest. As Utopian Sprawl enters the battlefield, choose a color. Whenever Enchanted Forest is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional 1 mana of the chosen color. Ooh, very striking, the colours on that. Another green. Wild Growth, Enchantment Aura, Enchant Land. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional green mana. If you stop to listen, you can hear it grow. Ooh. Okay, this is a curious card. We have triple colour mana in this one. Green, white and a blue. It will cost you to buy this. Bant Charm. Instant. Choose one. Destroy target artifact. Put target artifact creature on the bottom of its owner's library. Counter target instant spell. Bant is a world where death and chaos hold no sway. Certainly a handy card to have in your deck. Up your sleeve. Kind of prepared for a lot of eventualities there. Oh, I don't know. That might have actually been me. I don't know if that was me or them, but I'm not getting rid of that one. That's just... Start again. Right. Okay, let's see if it is me. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think it is. Right. Oh, I skipped one. Confusing myself here now with these. Let's get back to this one. That was next in line. There we go. My doggy's gently snoring. Let's just hope he doesn't start loud snoring, because he can snore really loudly sometimes. Right. Okay. To get this one, you need 1 mana of any colour, plus a green mana, plus a white mana. So it's getting really complex now. Behemoth Sledge. Artifact, equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has trample and lifelink. Very nice. Equip 3. Those who worship the great gargantuans could hardly be expected to fight with a soul weapon. Okay. Yes, handle inner sleeves with more care, I think. Outer sleeves are tough as houses, or dragon ones are anyway. Right. Shielding Plaques, Enchantment Aura. Enchant creature. When Shielding Plaques enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponent controls. Okay. More striking artwork. Okay. Arcane Signet Artifact. Untap to add 1 mana of any colour in your commander's colour identity. It started as a mere drop of water. The magic mirror crystallized it into much more. Okay, this card's nearly escaping off the top of the deck, sliding away. Capture it before it runs away. This is possibly the biggest hammer you've ever seen, ever in existence. That is ridiculous. Wow. Colossus Hammer. Yeah. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +10/+10 and loses flying. Curious. Equip 8. Pay 8 mana. Attach to target creature you control. Equip only as a sorcery. There's only one way to be sure it's really dead. Wow. So does that mean you pay 1 mana to use that card, but you have to pay another 8 mana to actually equip it to a creature? Wow. That's powerful though. +10/+10. Imagine if you had like a +10 creature already out there and then you added that to it. Wow, that's powerful. Okay, interesting artwork. Another colorless mana card like the last one. Explorer's Scope. Artifact equipment. Whenever equipped creature attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped. Equipped 1/1 artifact attached to target creature you control, equipped only as a sorcery. That's a very tight inner sleeve. Oh, and a very famous card, of course. One of the best mana cards around as far as I'm concerned. I love this card. Costs only 1 mana of any colour to buy. Colourless mana card. And it's the Soul Ring. Artifact. Untap to add 2 mana of any colour. And it only costs 1 mana of any colour to buy. So it doubles itself, literally. Lost to Time is the artificer's art of trapping light from a distant star in a ring of purest gold. That's another word I like, artificer. Is that a real word? Or was it invented for magic? I think it's actually a real word, believe it or not. Cool. Same into that. Or is that just an actual damaged card? Oh my god. Okay, if you can see that. Barely notice it. I can. Being on the spectrum, you really notice imperfections. They jump out at you like a sore thumb. It's good for pattern recognition and things like that, or spotting mistakes in certain types of complex work. But it can be a pain as well. Okay. What is going on there? That don't look right either. Take that inner ones in properly. It's not. That's better. If something wasn't right. It's such a tight sleeve. Oh my god, that is. It's so tight, it's unfurling itself. I've never had this problem before, ever. That is bizarre. Okay. So we got quite a loose inner sleeve and quite a tight outer sleeve. You know, it's clearly not a perfect manufacturing process. So if we get a bit more air in the bottom, maybe that will help it. Every time I try and put this in, it unfurls the inner bits. This is really tricky, this one. It's doing it now. Feel it. Hunter. Not while I'm recording. Oh, nearly there. This is the trickiest one to sleeve yet. It's like almost stuck. It just done it again. Unsleeved itself at the last minute. Right, I'm going to have to try another inner sleeve then, I think, because it's just not working. How bizarre. That is not a problem I've ever come across before. Wow, I'm getting more and more disappointed with these inner sleeves, I must say. It's a shame. Let's hope this next one fares better. I don't think it's a problem with the outer sleeve. I think that's fine. Yep, look at that. That's going to slide in fine on that one. Go figure. And after all that hard work, right, Swiftfoot boots. Very striking artwork. Artifact, equipment. Equipped creature has hexproof and haste. Equip one. One who wears magical boots of striding and springing can jump astounding distances. Okay. Oh yes, back to normal again. When they work, you can sleeve them really quickly. Okay. Viridian Longbow. Artifact. Equipment. Equipped creature has untap. This creature deals 1 damage to any target. Equip 3. Pay 3 extra mana to attach to target creature you control. Equip only as a sorcery. And very striking artwork. How do they get these really bright colours? Okay, here we got Azorius Chancery, land, Azorius Chancery enters the battlefield tapped. When Azorius Chancery enters the battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Untap, add white and blue mana. Very curious colours. Must have been hard to pull off for the artist. Okay. Bant Panorama, land. Untap, add 1 mana of any colour. Pay 1 mana, untap, sacrifice Bant Panorama, search your library for a basic forest, plains or island card, put it onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle. Bant's hearts are pure as its air and as bright as its skies. Ah, very famous card coming up. Command Tower. Land. Untap to add 1 mana of any colour in your commander's colour identity. Approach my tower on bended knee, or depart from it as ash upon the wind. Gadwick the Wizened. Okay, and here we have Floodplain. Land. Floodplain enters the battlefield tapped. Untap, sacrifice Floodplain, search your library for a plains or island card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. We're coming out of the lands after this one and going back. Oh no, no, that is that land. Oh, it's just a very strange looking one. Okay. Getting ahead of myself here. Right. Come on, in you go. Right. Grasslands. Land. Grasslands enters the battlefield tapped. Sacrifice grasslands. Search your library for a forest or plains card. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Yeah, this is the card I was talking about. It's quite curious looking. I didn't think it was a land just because of the way the art is. Halimar Depths. Land. Halimar Depths enters the battlefield tapped. When Halimar Depths enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. Untap, add 1 blue mana. Yeah, we got more weird and wonderful lands coming up. Cool, that's a very tight sleeve. As long as right to the outer sleeve, well there. Okay. Misha's Factory. Land. Untap to add 1 mana of any colour. 1 Misha's Factory becomes a 2/2 assembly worker artifact creature until the end of turn. It's still a land. Untap, target assembly worker creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Again, I don't exactly understand all those mechanics myself. I shall learn them. Obviously, they can't give really in-depth full descriptions of everything. They have to fit the description onto a card. So that's why sometimes these mechanics and descriptions can be quite hard to understand and get your head around. Path of Ancestry. Land. Path of Ancestry enters the battlefield tapped. Untap, add 1 mana of any colour in your commander's colour identity. When that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares... Let me start that again. When that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type with your commander, scry 1. Okay. Curious looking card. Reminds me of an oil rig at first sight. Okay, Seaside Citadel. Land. Seaside Citadel enters the battlefield tapped. Untap to add green, white, or blue mana. For wisdom's sake, it was built high to gaze on all things. For glory's sake, it was built high as a testament of power. For strength's sake, it was built high to repel all attacks. Whoa, possibly one of the most striking land cards I've ever seen in my life. An equally striking, unusual name. Simic Growth Chamber. Land. Simic Growth Chamber enters the battlefield tapped. When Simic Growth Chamber enters the battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Untap to add green and blue mana. This next line's got another interesting name. Oh, this is a tight fit. There we go. Okay. Terramorphic Expanse. Land. Sacrifice untap. Sacrifice Terramorphic Expanse. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle. Take 2 steps north into the unsettled future, south into the unique unquiet past, east into the present day or west into the great unknown. Okay. Thriving Grove, land. Thriving Grove enters the battlefield tapped. As Thriving Grove enters the battlefield, choose a color other than green. Untap, add green or 1 mana of the chosen color. Far from human eyes, birds flit between vivid blossoms in a hidden paradise. And here we have Thriving Heath, land. Thriving Heath enters the battlefield tapped. As Thriving Heath enters the battlefield, choose a color other than white. Untap to add white or 1 mana of the chosen color. Wildflowers here bloom not with the season, but with the ebb and flow of magic. There. All my cards are invading the set now. I think it's so filled with air when you first sleeve them. I've literally got 3 stacks here and they've all collapsed. So I'll have to move them somewhere. Hang on. There. Wow. Okay. They are so slippy when they're brand new. It's ridiculous. Right, let's get you under control a bit. Okay, that should sort that out for now. Close to the end. Anyway. Okay. Here we have Thriving Isle, land. Thriving Isle enters the battlefield tapped. As Thriving Isle enters the battlefield, choose a color other than blue. Untap to add blue or 1 mana of the chosen color. All the wonders of the natural world in one breathtaking microcosm. And I think this is the last speciality land in the deck. And a beautiful one it is too. Vitu-Ghazi, the City Tree, land. Untap to add 1 mana of any color. Pay 2, 1 green, 1 white. Untap, create a 1/1 green saproling creature token. In the autumn, she casts her seeds across the streets below, and come spring, her children rise in service to the conclave. now. Ooh, yep. We are left with here. We won't bore you by sleeving all these. So let's just have a quick look. We've got these basic blue island cards, of course, in crystal studded waters. Far below the surface, you've discovered an incubating egg of mysterious origin. And so on and so on. I'm not going to read them all out. I'll just show you. We've got some lovely lands here. Oh, I like the look of that one. Onto the forests. Oh, I like that one. You went that, that's nice. And lots and lots of forest. Loads of it. Oh, I like that plains, that's nice. A snow and ice landscape. Yes, a couple of plains. There's your description card. So there's your basic lands, which leaves the two foiled legendaries here. I'm going to carefully sleeve now. Okay. My dog's tummy's making funny noises. Oh wow, this legendary looks incredible though. I'm going to sleeve both of them and then read them out one at a time. Okay. Oh, what's that type fit? Come on. And a slightly marked card there. Not good. Especially when it's supposed to be a foil anyway. Okay. Clear on it. There we go. Galia, Kindler of Hope. You pay 1 mana of any colour, 1 green, 1 white, 1 blue to buy her. I presume it's a her. Might be a he, you don't know. Legendary creature, Elf Knight. Vigilance. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast aura and equipment spells from the top card of your library. When you cast an equipment spell this way, it gains, when this equipment enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Also a free attachment cost. I guess that could be quite powerful adding up. Interesting. So there's one of your legendaries. I don't. Which one's your actual commander? Where's the box? Ah, that is your commander. That's the commander on the box. We also have this chap here, who I think is fantastic. He's very expensive to buy. It will cost you 4 mana of any colour, plus a green, plus a white, plus a blue. Legendary creature giant with ward 3. Other creatures you control have ward 3. Whenever Storvald enters the battlefield or attacks, choose one or both. Target creature has base power and toughness 7/7 until the end of turn. Target creature has base power and toughness 1/1 until end of turn. Why would you choose the latter? That's bizarre. And it's a 7/7 itself. That's a very powerful card. I like that a lot. Which leaves our secondary deck, which will show the tokens and the extra thick commander. Let's carefully get into this. There we go. So I have special sleeves for these, so I'm going to sleeve these afterwards. I'll just show you these. So we've got Saproling, token creature, 1/1. And on the other side, oh, how many? Whoa, hang on. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This must be an important mechanic. 6, 7. Wow. 8, 9, 10 Saprolings. Now, what's on the other side of these Saprolings? We have a knight. Oh, they're all knights, I think. Knight. Yeah. Knight. Oh, angel. Oh, look at the angel. Beautiful. So, let's so these tokens, you get the knight, 2/2 knight with vigilance, and the angel. I really like this angel. This artwork is fantastic. Token angel with flying, 4/4. That is beautiful. Yep, lots of angels. And there is your extra thick commander. So, thank you for watching my unboxing of Dungeons & Dragons Commander Order of Courage deck. There we go. All done. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time for the next unboxing. Take care out there. Namaste.